66,900. Oh, welcome to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and the Tone of A's. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Awesome. Awesome. Another great day, man. It's been the price has been absolutely perfect. So I had a good show with Mark Wood yesterday. Hope you guys checked that out. I continue to be super bullish. Mark is pretty bullish. And yeah, we were talking about all kinds of potential for Bitcoin yesterday. I don't know if you got the show. It was a long one. It was over 2 hours long. But Matt, you haven't done your charts in about 4 days. So why don't you go first?
Yeah, mate. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas here. So let's crack on with the charts as we speak. I just want to sit back and enjoy this. What was that? Did you hear that? What was that? Oh, hear that? Did you hear that through your speakers? That sound? Or is it just through my computer? That
No,
alert.
no, through your computer. You got to turn on share computer audio.
It just went bung bung bung, which means we've got a phantom candle here. Okay, I'm gonna go. There's so much to go through here. There is
Oh
so
yeah.
much to go through here.
You, you,
That
you
that
know, you know, by the way, you know what I'm laughing at right now?
what?
The fact that on the last show we made, you had that the time change thing. We had the replay mode on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
your candle was almost at the same price it is right now. And
yeah. It was here.
right. And we're almost there. We might be there by the time we get off the stream.
Yeah, it was a forecast. And that's why everyone in the comment section who said I was stupid, it was a forecast. You missed the point. So this alert means right here that went out to every alphanumerics user right now is that the wave has just turned green, right? So a lot of things have just happened. We have just broken the modified Lucid SAR, and we've just got a phantom signal as well. So I mean we're above all the moving averages. We're on the weekly time frame right now. We've got the green star on the MRI. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I just want to show you, just for a second, what this green wave turning green means from red. It means that was the worst part. Bang. It means that was the only time. I want you to remember this in recent memory. This
No, no,
wave has
no. We just had a bad one like a month ago too. Those are
Yeah,
the
we,
reasons.
we did have touche. We had a bad one, but it's still for me. It's like the last fork in the road of bullishness. It's a macro bullish trend indicator, right? It's when we're doing this sort of jazz, and hopefully it can turn into this sort of jazz, but it doesn't have to, right? It can just be it can be as simple as that before the Black Swan event. It can be as great as that, do you know? Like, but either way it means or it could be absolutely nothing like this, right? Where we went bullish maybe here and then got bearish again here, but then it did 9 months of bearishness in the red wave. But the point is, it's something you want to see. You want to be long when the wave is green. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you right now. Now I want to draw your attention really quickly to these phantom signals that we have here on alphanumerics, available in the description below. It's a purple candle. So let's go back in time and review some of these purple candles. This might be a bit of a longer show tonight, Tony, so I apologize for that. But it's relevant. That was the last purple phantom signal that we got, right? Absolutely brilliant. This was the one prior to that. Absolutely brilliant. We've only had that was absolutely brilliant too. It's so often you'll get this correction, but this is a macro bullish trend. It's not a buy signal. It's a macro bullish trend. It's a swing change. The one prior to that was here. We've only had two bad ones ever in the history of alphanumerics and Bitcoin, which was here, which was the Black Swan event. So maybe you could give a
All right,
mulligan.
Matt. Don't say here. You gotta say a date. You gotta say an approximate price
All right.
because I keep trying to do that myself because we do have people that only listen to us and don't always have the screen on, and then I know there are some visually impaired people.
I apologize to the visually impaired people and the people in the gym busting a nut right now. But listen, this is a bit of a visual thing. I'm just going back in time and showing
I know, no,
all
but just say like back in
all right,
February 2020.
back in February 2020. In 2020, we had a bad one, right? That was the first bad one going back in time in reverse chronological order here. Another fantastic one in April 2019. And then we can keep going on through this, right? They happen very seldom back here in 2016, but it was months on end of a bull market. You get the jive that I'm talking about here. There was one more bad one way back in time, but there was 3 or 4 more good, like insane ones as well. So in the history of Bitcoin, there's only been 2 false signals, and they were both kind of black swanny. This is what you want. You want the wave green. You want the phantom signal to come in. You want to break this downwards trend that we've just been staring at for months and months on end. And I'll give away the secret. The all it is on that phantom signal is this right here. It is this Copic curve that I've been talking about forever, right? Anyone who's watching the show knows that you don't want to be long here. You want to be long here. It doesn't have to be immediately. It's not an immediate buy signal like a scalp trade. This is a long investment opportunity to get into Bitcoin, like it was here, like it was here. You don't want to be interested in Bitcoin here. You want to be really interested here. You want to be really interested here. And we are at that point right now. So if tomorrow the price is at 64,000, don't come at me about this. This is not an immediate scalp buy signal. This is a long-term bullish macro indicator, and that's what we're seeing right now. This looks brilliant to me, Tone. I'm loving this. I've just turned back on your MRI for a second. I'm just going to recap real quick. Purple phantom signal, wave change green, break this downwards higher lows, whatever channel you've been in forever. MRI green star. Or, we're almost looking at a bullish cross here on alpha numerics on the weekly time frame as well, which comes in here, which comes in here. These are all coming with a 7 crosses to 30. I know I'm saying here, but it's a moving average, right? We're about to cross all barriers. Weekly time frame, phenomenal. Daily time frame, phenomenal. It looks absolutely spectacular when you zoom out. We are starting to break these highs. This could scoot on absolutely insanely, or it could have just a retracement, which it should, because it has been overextended here. This is, if you're not in the trade as currently, you could get a really great scalp on now, great investment trade, but you expect some fireworks at this sort of point. I am still in that long that I was in from Friday at 60,500, 15x leverage long. It's about, let me tell you what it is right now. It's got to be about 170. It's got to be 170% up in this trade since Friday. 1 second as it loads. 165% up I'm in since Friday. Absolutely spectacular. Nothing else to say here. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to hear what you have to say, my friend. 4-hour time frame. Are we above the? Yeah, look at this. Green diamonds were sensational. Broke the SSR. This is a concerning candle because it's hammered so hard. We had the MRI top. Absolutely brilliant. 1 to 4 candle correction. Tony, you can talk more about that on the 4-hour time frame. Just crossed through the acceleration point. Brilliant. Oh, here we go. All right. Just before I finish off here, I'm going to go to review BangBox, because BangBox has had 2 back-to-back absolute cracker trades, which I'm really, really proud of. The last trade we have was entered long right here. We pulled out about 10% on the trade. Absolutely fantastic. Going back in time, we pulled out about 28% right here. So this is when we launched BangBox on Blowfin around here, and the first 2 trades have been fantastic. Anyone who's been in since the start is now in close to 20% profit. Anyone who joined on the Blowfin launch is in like 35% profit. So good on you to both of you guys. It's working. We're stacking sats. We're building for the future. I'm coming back to you now, Tone. Oh, before I do, I just got to get rid of this stupid thing here. Please go to the Financial Summit Network channel and check out this the video that was just premiered an hour ago. Justin, my partner, made it from Black Box. It's a full walkthrough tutorial. You won't be able to hear that because I'm not sharing. It's a full walkthrough tutorial on how to sign up for Bangbox on Blowfin, the new exchange we've just launched on. It's a 5-minute video. It's very concise. It's absolutely brilliant. And in doing so, sign if you're not already with Blowfin, screenshot this. We've got some fantastic deposit bonuses, cashback deposit bonuses, volume related. Screenshot this, read this. Blowfin is the best non-KYC exchange I think there is out there. I've got great friends over there at Blowfin, and look into this, guys. If you're in a jurisdiction that needs to look into this, that's all I'm saying, Tone. As I come back to you right now, please like and subscribe. Use those links in the description below. I've got all my Blowfin garb on today because it's big for us. It's big for us to get out there on new exchanges, and that's what we've done with the Blowfin right now. Tone, are you as excited as I am, mate? Oh, I'm 170% up since Friday. Brilliant. How are we looking?
We're looking great. I had to, while you were speaking, I was paying attention, but I also remembered I had a special chart, and I don't mark that chart very often, but I just opened it up and I had to add a marking. So we're gonna go and do that first.
Do it.
This is my critical bullish trend change chart. This goes back to even before I was doing videos, or around the time I started doing videos. And these were the moments where I became cyclically bullish. And I explained the reasons for this, and almost all of them worked out. So I go all the way back to the 2016 breakout of a 6-month ascending triangle. This was at a price of $450 back in April 2016. Okay. Then the next critical move was the breakout out of all-time highs. And you can see what price I made these calls on and what my targets were. We made it to 3,000 really quickly. I became bullish as well. By the way, the MRI was showing some awesome tops here if we go to the weekly scale and we go back to this area. In any case, when it's yellow, it means I'm not as confident. It's a bullish call, but not a very confident one, because at this point, that was just, look, it's FOMO up, so let's just keep going up, okay? Remember, this is on a monthly scale. Then right here, I was very cautiously bullish because remember, I was looking for a lower low. I was looking for that $1,500 low, okay? The COVID one.
I forgot about the 1,500 low. Maybe I have to check the comment section on every single video you've made ever since 2018 to check that. But
and then the super confident ones were there's a no-brainer call during COVID. When the price hit 5,000, my target was only 10. I have realistic targets here, right? I love going past my target, and when we go past my target, I make a new, critical bullish call. The next one was here. The one that was probably the biggest mistake was right here at 50,000. My target was 80 plus, and we only made it to 68 or something, or 66. We did make a new swing high, but not high enough to reach my target. That was the only one that was missed. My ultimate bullish call was at 20,000 back in March of 23. You're not going to forget that one. I keep going back to that one. That was that perfect candle. I think of all of these markings, this one has the most bullet points. And while you were speaking, I added one more. That's the current candle. I was basically crazy bullish even last week, and I was just waiting for that break of 60,000, and here we are, and now it's just going higher and higher. So what are the reasons? Oh man, hold on. There we go. The reasons are it's a very weekly bullish chart. It's a monthly bullish chart. We don't have a green star candle on the monthly yet, but we will next month, I think. Hold on. Yeah, it'll be next month. Next month is going to be the green star candle on the weekly, but the moving averages look great on the weekly. We have October seasonality with a 4-year cycle seasonality. That's my main reason for being bullish this candle. It's not the price, it's the time. Between this being October and this being the 4-year cycle start of a new bull trend, and it's a breakout after a beautiful 6-month consolidation with an MRI top and a 1 to 4 candle correction off the MRI monthly top. You don't get these very often. In fact, this is probably our first proper 1 to 4 monthly top. Everything else was either significantly deeper top, or it never topped and it just kept going and going and going. So this is the first proper 1 to 4 candle correction on a monthly chart in Bitcoin's lifetime. So I only mark this chart once every couple of years. The last time was a year and a half ago in the first quarter of 23, and now we're in the last quarter of 24. And there it is. I'm very confident in this call, which is why for the first time in my retirement account, I went leveraged long. This candle is going to fix itself probably by tomorrow. We now have a candle that's above all the moving averages. They are all rising in proper sequence. And because there was so much chop, I think this thing is about to lift off. Here's the monthly chart. We need to have this on the weekly chart. The weekly chart is on a green star candle. The green star candle is coming in later than usual on number 4. But we still have, 4 to 5 more weeks of upside here. And I would not be surprised if we break 70 even by end of this week. The craziest thing is, look how much Bitcoin was purchased yesterday by the ETFs. Over 8,000 Bitcoin purchased last week by the ETFs. For reference, only 13,500 Bitcoin are mined every month. So yesterday alone, the ETFs purchased more than half the mining supply of a monthly Bitcoin production. Okay, there is not enough Bitcoin to go around. If this happens,
when are we finally going to hit supply shock? Tone,
dude, it's coming. It's coming like 4 or 5 of these kinds of days in a row, and we're hitting that supply shock. Where to me, this cycle, a God candle is a $10,000 candle on a daily scale. As far as I know, we've never had a $10,000 daily candle. And that's what I'm waiting for. Yesterday's candle, and there might have been a $10,000 candle in a 24-hour span, but there hasn't been a $10,000 candle on a daily TA chart. And yesterday's candle was only $3,000. That's only 3,000. That was yesterday's candle. Now we've had big candles before. Here is a $6,500 candle. That's probably one of the bigger ones.
A lot harder to do at these prices as well than it was to do at the lower prices as well. So let's see.
Yeah, it was harder at the lower prices. Here's a $5,000 candle back in May of 24. So you kind of have to look at it either off the lows. Here's another $6,000 candle in March of 24. These were all near the top. Here is another $5,000 candle back in February and another $5,000 candle back in February. And now you either got to go to one of these breakout candles. That's only 3,000. So you got to go all the way to the other 24,
what about
$60,000 area up here.
The Black Swan event in 2020 to the downside is a red candle. How?
Oh yeah, we've had some bad red candles, and this one is 4.5, and this one is 4.5. So we've had, a few. Here is a $5,500 candle. We've had a bunch of $5,000 candles here, and I'm still waiting for that $10,000 candle. That's just 3. Yeah, so the biggest one was back here. 5. We've had them. 6. Here it is. 6.6 thousand. I think that's our biggest candle that Bitcoin ever had. And I'm waiting for that $10,000 candle, and I think it's coming. I think that's going to be the candle from 80 to 90K, like 82 to 92.
Yeah, I think that there's a possibility that it happens like, imminently. Do you know what I mean? I think that you could get an insane spike in the next week, actually.
We can. We can. Nothing will surprise me right now. Now, I guess the only thing I will say is we are perfectly
Yeah,
being
we are.
rejected right now on this downward sloping channel, which has one, two, three, four proven rejection points. And now we're at point number 5. But your wave just turned green. My MRI just had a green star candle. We still have 3 or 4 bullish days in the MRI daily. All the moving averages here are flipping as well. That's the 128. That's the 50. They haven't crossed yet, but they will in just a few days. Everything is just looking completely bullish here. And here's the 10-minute chart. Well, 10-minute charts on a 10 a.m. reversal. No one should be surprised. We pumped right into 10 a.m. and the top comes in on a 1-minute chart at 10:01. It's pretty good. It's pretty good
Pretty good.
timing here.
Yep.
10:01, the 10 a.m. reversal. Let's see what the percentage on that is. We're down about $500. I really want to look at it on, let's go to the hourly chart. Hourly chart is probably on a green star candle. Yep, there it is. There's the green star candle. So we're good on the hourly. On the 4-hour,
Fine.
probably good as well. This is the new swing high. We broke yesterday's swing high. We are above 60. Wow, we're at 67 and a half. I'm like looking at this massive candle. I'm like, hey, what's the price here? And
Yeah.
let me get rid of these lines. I'm not even sure what they mean anymore. And let's go to the S&P here. Man, I'm eyeing this little crossover right here.
Mm,
Right here by October 24th, crossing into this green, which means we need 80. 80 by October 24th. I think that's doable.
yeah.
I
Oh
think that's
yeah.
doable. Man,
It's doable.
FOMO is about to set in on so many people that have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And like I said it on Mark's show yesterday, because yesterday we were just breaking like 65, 66. And Mark was saying, yeah, some people are potentially waiting for a pullback to 62. And I said, they may be waiting forever. They may be waiting for the rest of their lives. They
Yeah.
may not get 62. 62 is back at support of all these moving averages right here. But if we go high enough, if
You
this
remember
busts out,
you remember when we hit 20,000 years ago, and then we cracked back down to about 12,000, and then we started to recover again, and everyone was waiting for 9,000. 9,000, 9,000, 9,000 was like the buzz phrase of that time. Yeah, it just never came. It never, ever, 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 ever went back down there ever again. They're still waiting, I guess. Yeah.
no, I remember this, man. This my favorite buy of the decade. And I said this was the best buy of the decade. And right here, I went super long, super bullish. I was screaming it on every channel I can. And I
Yeah.
said, you'll never and right here at 23,000, when we were breaking 23,000, I said you're probably never gonna see 22,000 again. And we never did. We didn't
Jones,
even come close.
I went all in about a week before Bali Financial Summit. Do you remember the green diamond on the weekly time frame? Put on the
Yep.
weekly time frame, go alphanumerics, weekly time frame. You've got reverse time candles on. I'm still in those trades from the weekly time frame, Bali Financial Summit, even with your reverse candles, it wouldn't matter. Further back. Yeah, further back. Down. Scoot back. There. It's hidden there. But you got the reverse candles on. It's on the other one, on the drop when we came down. And it
Oh,
was
right
a
here, right here, right here. On this
right
drop,
there.
right here. This one.
Yep. That's I'm still 100% from there.
Yeah.
17 2. That's the call that was made.
Yeah,
That's
but it's kind of scary when you were in a losing position, right?
yes, I added more. I got in at 7777 and I added more, so now I'm 7200. I added more on that drop. And then it's a 17200. I'm still in that trade to this point. And I was very public about it in the financial summit years ago. years and years ago. Said it 100 times.
Okay, and for me, the greatest, easiest call to make was this one right here.
I
That
remember it.
was it. Everything aligned. Every TA that I use in my life
Yep.
aligned right here on this one magical day. And I basically said, this thing is just going to go straight up from here. And right now, we are as close to a perfect setup without a dip. This is one of the perfect breakouts. Literally, one last hurdle, one final hurdle is a close near 70. And
Well,
we are almost there.
that and the all-time high. That and the all-time high.
I don't even need the all-time high. I just need this
Right?
extended. I
What is
need
the
this.
all-time high? What is the all-time high exactly?
74. 74. The
79.
all-time close is all-time highest close is 73, and the all-time swing high is 73,760. I don't need us to be that high. I actually just need us to break
That channel.
this high here.
Yep.
I just need a close above this high. And this high is at 71,000. I just need the break of 71,000. And we are about to close above this high, this double high. That's almost good enough for me. That's 68. I'd like to see a little higher right there. Once we close above 69, that's it. It's done, and I'm already super bullish. We are getting a pullback. I want to go to the S&P. I want to look at the 10 a.m. reversal on the S&P. Here's the 10-minute chart. Here's the 5-minute chart. Let's see. Let's see what the S&P looked like this morning. No, no 10 a.m. reversal on the S&P.
I wouldn't worry. Bless you.
Okay. So S&P's pulling back a little bit. Bitcoin's going to pull back a little bit as well. But let's look at the S&P weekly. Look at that. So this is the week I would not go long on the S&P. But if next week is a green star candle on the S&P, that's one of the best continuation trades. And let's go back. The last time we had a green star candle following an MRI top. Okay. That didn't happen here. Though it did happen for like a little bit, but it has to close that way. So right here, this is the most closest environment to what's happening right now. Right now, we're very similar to this green star candle back in January, and from there, the S&P went straight up, making new all-time highs for 15 weeks straight. And prior to that, let's look for an MRI top that was followed by a green star candle. Oh, that one was rough. Right here, we had a little bit of a pullback, but then still went higher. And this one is not immediately after, so it's not the same. Here's immediately after, had a rough week, but then continued to go higher. And here it is, and we did go higher before a pullback. So I will be bullish starting next week. Right now, we can still top, but man, Bitcoin is probably leading speculative assets right now. And if Bitcoin is flying, that adds fuel to the stock market, right? So here's why. If Bitcoin suddenly goes to 75,000, the speculative guys that have invested in Bitcoin are now wealthier. They may want to diversify some of that wealth. And where do you think they're going? You know, they're not going into government bonds. They're going into the stock market. They're going to buy Tesla. They're going to buy Nvidia. They're going to buy MicroStrategy. They're going to diversify into the stock market or into companies that they like. Or at the least, they're going to cash out that Bitcoin and go spend the money. And guess where most money gets spent on? On publicly traded companies, because you're buying their products.
Yep, mate, I totally agree. All right, on that bombshell, let's wind her up.
All right. The hour is pulling back a smidge, but we are not concerned. And oil is, I guess the cooler heads are prevailing in the Middle East, and no one wants to destroy each other for the day. And gold, oh man, that $3,000 target will probably hit as well.
Soon.
All right, looks good. All right, let's wind us down. And yeah, looking forward to the election and see what happens there. And as we discussed yesterday with Mark Wood, if Trump wins this election, Bitcoin can double in weeks. It really can. It really, really can. All right, let me stop screen share and close this out. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe, guys. And a lot of you can now afford the Bali Financial Summit, so think about it.
Yeah, that's the best event you'll ever go to, guys. I've been 2, 3 times. Been the best time of my entire life. The best. Thank you so much for joining. I'm happy to be back tonight. Use the affiliate links. Watch that video on the Financial Summit on how to set up the bot. It's absolutely brilliant. It's 5 minutes and you can set up a bot and change your life totally free. Links in the description below. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night. I hope Bitcoin recovers. I'm really worried about this crash. Just kidding. It's celebration time. But have a plan. Have a plan. Don't just say $100,000. Have a plan for what you're going to do with all your riches. Go to the Financial Summit, buy your wife that house, and have a nice life. See you tomorrow.